Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers tease that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, saved Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, life after finding him conked out on the pavement. His other baby mama, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, is kept in the dark, and she may respond to the snub with another epic blast against the Forresters. After falling twice, Liam doesn't want anyone to know about his brain bleed, the subsequent surgery, and the recovery period. Steffi and her hubs John, Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, are keeping Liam's medical emergency a secret, but the truth has to come out sooner or later. If nothing else, Beth Spencer, Jordan Grace, will demand to see her dad, and they can't keep her away forever. At some point it will be Liam's turn to take Beth. How can he explain his situation without explaining his situation? Liam can't say he's away on business since he quit his job at Spencer Publications after his dad Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, fired him. Bill may let it slip that Liam no longer has a job, but even more worrying, how will Liam face his ordeal alone? An intracranial hemorrhage, and the recovery time necessary to treat it. B&B spoilers hint that Hope is livid when she finds out about Liam's medical condition. How will she find out? Steffi may burst under the pressure of keeping the secret and spill the tea, or she may simply relent under intense questioning. However she finds out, Hope is sure to blame Steffi following their bitter tiff at FC. What do you think of Liam's request for secrecy? Is he right to want to protect his loved ones from knowing about his scary condition? Or is he not in his right mind and Steffi is enabling him to hide from the truth? After all, isn't Kelly Spencer, Sofia Perez, old enough to be trusted with the truth? We predict a lot of drama and angst over Liam's situation in the coming days, and it could ignite another Forrester-Logan fire that roils FC all over again. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Hope has a strong reaction to hearing about Liam's scary medical news, and this doesn't help her standing with the Forresters one bit. It all started with a late-night phone call. Hope Logan had been resting in bed, flipping through fabric swatches and mentally preparing for another exhausting day at Forrester Creations. The sudden vibration of her phone startled her. When she saw Finn's name flash across the screen, her brow furrowed. What could Steffi's husband possibly want at this hour? "Hope, it's Finn," he said quickly, his voice low, as if he didn't want to be overheard. "I think you should come to the hospital. It's about Liam." Hope sat up, the air leaving her lungs. "Liam? What's happened? Is he okay?" "He's stable," Finn assured her. "But there's something you need to know. And it can't wait." Within 20 minutes, Hope was rushing through the dimly lit corridors of the hospital, her heart hammering in her chest. She expected to find Liam with a broken arm or maybe some sort of minor accident. But nothing prepared her for what she saw. Liam lay on a hospital bed, looking pale, gaunt, and confused. There were bandages on his forehead, a heart monitor beeping steadily beside him. He blinked as Hope rushed in, and though his lips curled into a soft smile, his eyes held a vacant, almost hollow confusion. "Liam," she breathed, running to his side, clutching his hand. "Hope," he whispered as if unsure of her name. "You came back." Hope's stomach dropped. That voice, that vacant look, it wasn't the Liam she knew. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. Finn pulled her aside. "We believe he suffered a mild traumatic brain injury a few weeks ago," Finn said solemnly. There were signs, memory gaps, disorientation, even aggression, but Steffi dismissed them as stress. She never brought him in for a scan until now. Apparently he collapsed earlier today at the Cliff House. Hope's mind reeled. "Wait, you're saying Steffi knew something was wrong and she didn't get him checked?" Finn gave her a conflicted look. "I'm telling you this because I thought you had a right to know. And because I'm not sure Steffi is thinking clearly anymore." That was all Hope needed to hear. The confrontation. The next morning, Hope stormed into Forrester Creations like a hurricane, with one name etched in her fury: Steffi. Her heels echoed violently through the showroom floor as she made a beeline to the executive office. Steffi looked up from a marketing board, surprised to see Hope's flushed face and blazing eyes. "Oh, Hope, if this is about the Ridge Line, this isn't about work," Hope snapped. She shut the door behind her with a slam that reverberated through the walls. "It's about Liam." Steffi's face froze. "What about him?" "You lied to me," Hope seethed, her voice trembling. "You kept a serious medical condition from everyone, including me. Liam is in the hospital with a brain injury, Steffi. He didn't even recognize me last night." Steffi stood, folding her arms defensively. "It wasn't like that. I didn't know how bad it was. I thought he was just overwhelmed. We've all been under pressure." "Don't you dare minimize this," Hope shouted, her voice breaking. "He was showing symptoms. You saw the signs and you did nothing. You let him walk around disoriented, forgetful, confused, while you kept him to yourself. You think this is about me hoarding Liam?" Steffi shot back, her own temper igniting. "He came to me because you couldn't handle what he was going through. He didn't want to worry you. He said you were too focused on your empowerment campaign and your new line." Hope's hands clenched into fists at her sides. "That is not true, and you know it. I would have dropped everything if I had known. You had no right to make that decision for me. You've always treated Liam like your property, like his life is yours to manage." Steffi stepped forward, her voice dropping to a razor-sharp whisper. "And you've always been the martyr, haven't you? Acting like you're his savior. But you never saw how broken he was becoming. You only wanted the version of Liam that made you feel good." Hope shook her head, tears pricking her eyes. "You're deflecting. The truth is, you let your jealousy get the better of you. You saw his vulnerability as a chance to win. And now he's lying in a hospital bed because of it." Steffi's face twisted with guilt, but she remained silent. "You don't get to play God with people's lives, Steffi," Hope said, her voice trembling with raw pain. "You don't get to decide who knows what about someone's health. If anything happens to Liam, if his condition worsens, that's on you." Aftermath and fallout. The confrontation shook the foundations of Forrester Creations. Word traveled fast through the halls. Ridge tried to mediate, but Hope refused to entertain any compromise. She took a leave of absence, citing emotional distress, and began spending her days by Liam's side. Her presence seemed to help. Liam's fog lifted slowly, and over the next several days, he began to show signs of improvement. But the road to recovery was steep, and his memory was fractured. Sometimes he'd forget Beth's age. Other times he'd call Hope Steffi without realizing it. Hope held it together for his sake, but inside, she was unraveling. The betrayal she felt from Steffi cut deep. This wasn't about romantic rivalry anymore. It was about trust, about humanity, about someone she had once considered family choosing to withhold life-altering information. Brooke, fiercely protective of her daughter, confronted Ridge. "How could your daughter do this?" she demanded. "She kept Liam's condition a secret. He could have died," Ridge sighed. "She didn't know it was that serious. She thought." "Is she thought wrong?" Brooke snapped. And now Hope has to clean up her mess. Meanwhile, Finn found himself caught in the crossfire. Steffi refused to speak to him for several days after learning he told Hope the truth. "You went behind my back," she accused, her eyes brimming with betrayal. "I did what was right," Finn said firmly. "You're not a doctor, Steffi. You don't get to decide when someone gets medical help. You let your emotions cloud your judgment. And you let Hope get in your head," she spat. "You've been judging me ever since Luna entered our lives. Don't act like this was about ethics. You just wanted to play the hero." A divided family. As Liam's condition improved, so did his awareness of the chaos unfolding around him. He could sense the tension in the air whenever Hope and Steffi were near each other. The once cordial co-parenting relationship had turned icy cold. One day, Liam called both women into his hospital room. "I need to say something," he said, his voice raspier than usual. To both of you. Hope reached for his hand while Steffi stood stiffly on the other side of the bed. I'm sorry for everything I've put you both through, Liam continued. I don't remember everything, but I know I hurt you both. Hope, I should have told you I wasn't feeling right. And Steffi, I shouldn't have leaned on you the way I did. Neither woman interrupted. Liam closed his eyes. I don't want any more fighting, not because of me. But the damage was done. Hope stepped out into the hallway afterward and found Finn waiting for her. Thank you, she whispered. For being honest with me. Finn nodded. I just hope Liam makes a full recovery. So do I, she said quietly. But no matter what happens, I'm not sure things will ever be the same. A new rivalry begins. Back at Forrester, Steffi tried to reclaim her authority, but it wasn't easy. Her reputation had taken a hit. Thomas avoided choosing sides, but even he looked at his sister with hesitation now. When Hope finally returned to the office, she made a decision that stunned everyone. I want to take over the Hope for the Future line independently, she told Ridge and Brooke. Separate from Steffi. I don't want her involved anymore. Steffi, who had just walked into the meeting, froze. Are you serious? Hope didn't blink. Dead serious. You don't get to rewrite history, Steffi said bitterly. You think I'm the villain here, but I was doing my best. No, Hope said calmly. You were doing what was best for you. And now I'm doing what's best for me, and for Liam. The battle lines were drawn. And this time, it wasn't about a man, it was about trust. About power. About two women who would never see each other the same way again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTIFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.